A reverse mortgage, guys. Explain what exactly is that? What does it mean? It means which way round. So we're not paying the mortgage anymore. We're getting money from our equity, right?
Right. Okay, Carl, the situation is as follows. You need to be over 65 years. Okay, you need to be the owner of a property in Spain. You be married, so it's husband and wife and husband, partners register in Spain with a proper will, and they need these company which we are representing at the moment. I don't know if we did inform you that we are Mapfre is the company, the insurance company that we are using for this project. That they're doing a joint venture with Santander, right?
So a couple of major
So
companies involved then, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So what we have created, because it didn't exist this product for the expat community, so Pedro and myself, we managed to speak to Madrid lawyers and trying to explain the necessity for the expat community, for those who probably the beneficiaries are settled, they're fine, they're well doing with their finances, and they say, "Mum, Dad, it's your time. Use your equity from the property, and eventually we will deal with that." Right? So it is more product created for Spaniards, and that's why they want the beneficiaries call to sign and agree the terms and conditions of this kind of mortgage. This kind of mortgage will start from the day you sign. So you need a valuation of the property. The property needs to be over 180,000 euros average. It could even be 150. They've got specific zip codes that they will allow the property for this project. They need wills that they say basically it goes to the beneficiaries. They did accept us having power of attorney from the beneficiaries and being executors of the will to make things easy, because at the end of the day, you're getting a mortgage over 65 years old. And eventually, we don't know when we're going to go, but when we go, this mortgage needs to be paid back. It could be only 1 month, it could be probably 5 years. So we really don't know how much it will be down for the beneficiaries to pay when they sell the property, or if they want to sell, because it's not compulsory for the beneficiaries to sell the property, only to cancel the mortgage, right? So that means that eventually they're giving 9 months for the beneficiaries to make a decision whether they sell the property or they cancel the mortgage. The amount of the mortgage will depend on the amount of years that either mum or dad uh, live, obviously, and is uncertain. But they will only give you up to 70% of the valuation of that mortgage, and they will only pay you this money on a monthly basis. So it's like an annuity, right? Very tax efficient, right? So this product is very good for those who want to have an extra pension, tax efficient pension, and eventually to be dealt with by the beneficiaries or with the beneficiaries. And they did accept us because they were reluctant at the beginning, call, because the beneficiaries are away. They don't know, is this typical fear from the big companies.
If the beneficiaries aren't residing in Spain, for instance, but ultimately the property is the collateral, right?
Yes, correct. Correct. So these two companies made a joint venture, and we've been authorized to deal with that. So basically, a client will ask for a petition. We could represent them as lawyers. The companies will appoint a mediator that is compulsory for them and the children or the beneficiaries to understand the mortgage. It is nothing different than a mortgage, but being paid on a monthly basis, right? So, so that's basically the situation. They want the peace of mind that later on these will be payback, right?
So it's almost like, yeah, releasing equity. We
Yeah,
see this a lot
equity
in
release.
Britain, equity release. But as you
Correct.
said, not been available perhaps in this particular way for expats in Spain previously. Is this something that happens a lot with Spaniards, with Spanish properties and Spanish clients?
It is starting right now. To be, let's say, informed to everyone. I'm listening in the radio, watching the TV. It's starting to be let's say announced. It was approved some time ago, some specific rules about this. But now it looks like because of a need, because of pensions, the people is getting lower and lower pensions, and inflation is coming up, and about the savings are lower and lower in the future generations. This is something that is going to obviously take into account for those ones who don't have a good pension, a good income, but they want to have something else, something extra. Let's say 3, 4, 500, depending on the age, obviously, and depending on the property that you are using for this mortgage, because at the end it's a mortgage. At the end, you receive a loan, monthly payment loan, which is not part of your taxes. It's not part of a tax base. It's something that needs to be paid back to the entity, and Mapfre and Santander. But it's coming. It's coming to the Spaniards. The Spanish people is starting to know about this, and I understand in the near future it's going to be very, let's say, common in Spain.
Okay, so in a way, it's refinancing. The repayment amount will never exceed the market value of your home. I know you've done all due diligence here, so ultimately, the risk is really just that the property is there as the collateral for this. And I guess we're seeing quite a lot, though, in Spain, aren't we, where people are leaving home later and later, so they're not getting on the mortgage ladder themselves. So this is actually going to perhaps become part of a bigger deal in Spanish society, as we've seen previously, especially now that also, some people's pensions are actually helping out their children and their children's children also.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think it will be quite popular because everybody who needs an extra pension and that children are settled will be pleased with this product. Specifically, e-car, you never know how much it's going to be, but you've got up to 70%. So let's put this as an option. If, let's say, you're 75, but you might last another 15 years, right? The inflation is so high that I'm sure that the price of that property is going to increase and increase and increase. So probably not even the beneficiaries are going to be damaged because of this mortgage, because eventually, if they ever sell it, the prices it will be so high of that property that will be able to cancel that mortgage. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So I really think it's got a lot of potential because people could stay in their home, which is great. And I don't really see a problem with losing value because the property, it will be revalued in 15 years. And I'm pretty sure beneficiaries are going to be pretty much even. But we never know because of time, you see. But
of course,
that's a feeling, just a feeling.
All the time, you're getting a monthly income without having to make payments. It doesn't have to be repaid until after your death, and your heirs have 9 months to repay it, either being able to, with, like you say, with the property being worth more, or by selling the property. And there is also the fact that I think you can pay this loan off as early as you wish. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I mean, you could, in 2, 3, 4, you could always cancel. Because obviously it costs you some money. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to set up because the notary fees are being covered by them. You only pay the mediator and the valuer, and they pay notary fees and register fees. You will need to phase your solicitor, and that's basically it, you see. And we're being authorized to deal with the whole Spain, which is great. We did start with Costa Blanca because it's our area. But I think it will be popular. It takes time until everybody knows the opportunities and the benefit out of it. But it always starts with a project. So we need the passport, their NI numbers, the zip code, copy of the title deed and escritura, EB.
Mm-hmm.
And we could ask the company to do a budget, and then, which I already told you, they will end up spending probably on expenses 600-700 euros on disbursements, plus their solicitors' fees, and they will know exactly how much money they will get if you pass away and your wife or your husband is still alive. It will be until both of them pass away, so it covers the whole couple, the whole marriage.
Right, I see. Not just one partner,
not just
and then
one.
the other one is left to do because that is a worry for a lot of people, how they might be able to survive when the other passes away. But I guess from an heir's point of view, you won't end up with debts that you can't pay, which people obviously worry about, in these sort of scenarios.
What do you mean?
You can always renounce on the inheritance, and always
Mm,
the debt will not be higher than the value of the property.
Yeah.
So at the end, it will be covered really by the property, really in that terms. In case someone lives more than what is expected, because there is at the end insurance company that they do insurance for like house insurance or any kind of insurance. They work on the statistics, and obviously have like an expectation of what is going to be your lifetime. And above that, obviously, you will be receiving obviously the same monthly payment, and will be part of a like a life insurance, like annuity.
There's
And
flexibility.
obviously,
there is flexibility in that, isn't there? Because you're talking about a monthly income, but the possibility is also there for a lump sum down payment, or even a mixture of the both. Yes.
I don't think so. They only offer annuity, Pedro, don't you think? I think it's only an annuity as far as I know.
It could be. Yeah, it could be agreed, but obviously, these products are designed in these cases is a monthly payment. Is that the question?
Okay, no, I see. I was just checking through on various different possibilities and scenarios, but you can assure that it actually just gives people peace of mind that they're going to receive the money that they expect, as an addition to pension, or even if they've struggled to get a pension together, they can use their property to provide that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the things that they really are interested is for beneficiaries to agree and to sign in front of them. They don't need to go to the notary, but they need to sign with the mediator. So there is no any claim back saying I didn't know, I didn't understand, or my parents were rip-off in a way. Okay, so they really want peace of mind and tranquility as long as everybody's happy. They did request us specifically for the expat community because of the British law that they sign wills the same day as well. They name the beneficiaries, and they're happy for us to have power of attorney for their peace of mind because they don't want the property, and they are convinced that eventually there will be some equity to cancel the mortgage. So their priority is not to repossess the property at all. They really insist and think that they will sell it, cancel the mortgage, and still make some money. That's pretty much their point of view.
Okay. All of these details are up on the website at the moment at alicantilawyers.es. So it's specific cases, this, and I guess like always when you deal with clients, you look at each individual case and each individual couple and take all of their situations into account. It's not like a one-stop thing off the shelf, right?
Yeah, that's right. At the end, we need to take specifically the situation, the scenario, conditions, the requirements, what people need. But we do this, and also in any advice that we make on any video conference, any appointment that we have, obviously to be accurate on the situation and informed really about the expectations, informed about about our experience, what is gonna happen is crucial. Obviously, it's important to inform the clients. Obviously, that we are experienced on that, and in any area that can be taxes on immigration or litigation, which is normally one of the issues that are really difficult to give some and prevent what is going to happen in the future. But obviously, yes, we are used on this. That's right.
Okay, and the whole idea is for this to guarantee the security of the loan by using the property. Then, and the property must have minimum value of 150,000. Must be in a good state of repair and in an urban area. So there are some conditions here.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's nothing guarantee, obviously, but we have the list of zip codes that they will be happy to do the valuation, and even in the inland area. We did already check, right? Even Honduras de las Nieves and all these inland parts, for example, well, in the Marina Alta on the inland or south, or yes, and they don't really want a property pretty much in the middle of nowhere because probably they think they're going to have an issue eventually. Okay, so the main concern is to lend the money, but to make sure that the beneficiaries will sell the property because they don't want the property. That's their idea. So is agreeing on that terms. They need to make sure that this property is in market.
And for the heirs, if they don't want to sell it for some reason, obviously they will have to pay back that debt or to refinance. Maybe look for another bank to refinance or maybe with the same bank refinance the debt.